Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Boon here. Today we're going to continue our quest with Dora and his two teammates, and actually they're not with us today. Just one of them is. We are actually at the Troll King and Tartuk fight, and that's where we finished off yesterday. So we need to actually beat these goobers, and we're going to see if we can do it in the first try. Cross your fingers. Let's hope for the best. Otherwise, you're in for a morning full of scum saving. What we have here is a list of the mods that I have imported into my game. So you will see things that are part of the vanilla game that you don't see in here. Turn-based combat being one of those things that I have that you don't. Feel free to do that. I find it extremely useful, especially if you're having difficulty planning and mapping out, what characters do what, because it is sometimes quite a cluster pile with the number of bad guys and good guys on the same map. Eldritch Arcana, so you'll see feats and traits and spells that I have, again, that you don't have access to in the vanilla game, is another fine example of something that's different. As well as remove area effects. This one I like specifically because I always hated the fact that there's like a web spell or a grease spell, the fight's over, and we still have to wait until someone picks their happy ass up off the floor because they slipped on my own grease spell. Now, yes, thematically that doesn't make sense for pen and paper version, but I've always been of a mind that even with a conjurer that can make a grease spell show up, after a fight's over, they should be able to just straight up dispel it without using a spell to make that happen. You can, in the vanilla version, dispel your own area effects. You need dispel magic. Let me see if I can actually show you that. You need dispel magic, level 3 spell. Amazing spell. Notice that it has two choices, target or point. Point's the one that you want for area of effects. Greater dispel magic does not work because it does not have point. It has area and target, I believe. So you would think that the area would be their version of point. Sadly, no. So greater dispel magic will be completely useless for that. Spell magic, like I said, does work, but there is a check to see if it works. I think you can dispel more than one thing at a time, but I don't remember that for a fact. And it is annoying when you scum save it repeatedly just to make a grease spell or a whip spell go away. And I hate burning up a spell for no good goddamn use. So what we have here is we have a pre-buffed up team. You see we have some skeletons out, and that came from
All this
her.
waiting bores me.
Well, actually, it didn't come from her.
It's time to
Who
act.
put out the skeletons?
No one stands in my way.
Harem. Oh, he had an extra skeleton. That's right. We did this because for this fight, while there's only two bad guys, there's going to be a bunch of little kobolds around them. They run away. That's no problem. But there's two bad guys, and we need fodder to literally take on these jackasses. So we've buffed up, just to give you a quick heads up if you haven't watched the last video, we have like mage armor, blur, mirror image, things of that nature to straight up buff our team. We don't really need elemental protection per se, at least I don't think so. We have enough auto hit moves. I think that we're good to go. We put some bless on ourselves, rested of course outside, so we have a bonus to our saving throws. Shield spells, stuff like that. Mutagens on Juba lost so that he can be awesome. He does not have Cat's Grace on himself. And he doesn't have... Wow, he's a lot of stuff he didn't put on himself. Here, let's do it. Bark Skin is particularly useful. Alright, let's march them forward. And you'll see what's what. So if you go...
You managed to get here. Good. Now Hargulka will tear you apart with his own hands.
He's grumpy. If you walk too close, as you see, you triggered the auto start of the conversation. So at a distance, you can actually cast spells like Web, Grease, Stinking Cloud to kind of catch them in advance. I hate doing that with turn-based, since we have the option to be turn-based. I think we should just play like you should, but again, I've done pen and paper before where like there's a big room up ahead and you suspect that all the bad guys are over there. Web spell, I don't even have to do anything other than see ground and I'll cast a web spell out into that mess. So again, it's not that it's cheating, but we do know that the fight is here. That's King Hargulka, and then here is King Tartuk. Tartuccio's reincarnated form now. He literally is an actual kobold now instead of the gnome. Also, because you have to kill both of them off, know that who you kill first is actually important for your story, because you'll have a conversation with whoever survives last. So if you killed the troll guy off first, then you talk with Tartuccio a little more. If you wanted to talk with the troll guy, kill off Tartuccio first if you can, and then focus him down. So you can talk to the troll dude and find out why he did what he did. But again, it's not really going to break your game in any way if you go one way versus another. It's just more knowledge. And again, I wanted to give you the fact that there is differences. So if you've done it slightly different than me, you're like, hey, he never talked to me. Yeah, it's because he was dead first. So there is that.
Stop, courageous and strong Hargulka. I wish to ask.
Tartuk puts aside the iron rod he just used to finish branding the troll, so he's all protected from fire.
Say me, why are you slaying us? What did we to you? Why take troll and kobold lives in their own home?
Let's see, so we have chaotic evil, lawful evil, chaotic neutral, lawful neutral. This is Valerie's type of choice. You attack my barony, I protect my subjects, which again is a viable option in my opinion. We are lawful good, so technically speaking, thematically, I should pick this one. You monsters threaten humanity. You may seem civilized, but there's a dark beast deep inside each of you, a beast that must be stopped before it bites. I think that's kind of bullshit. If you have watched the previous couple videos in this location, we meet a troll outside called Jazzon, and while my conversation with him went south, it's because I didn't pick the right options or didn't get the right check. Whatever. Point is, if you talk to Jazzon, you can actually find out that Jazzon's actually reasonably friendly for a troll and not a flaming dickhead like the rest of them. So you start to feel bad, quite frankly. They did a really good job with the story in this game. You feel bad for the trolls. I mean, how messed up is that? And they eat people. So, and a dwarf. They took our knees off, for God's sakes. We saw that. So it's... I'm going to go with lawful neutral. You attack my barony, I protect my subjects. Hargulka takes a deep breath, his chest rattling, and spits on the floor. Borderbound kills because trolls and kobolds are unlike him.
That's because trolls and kobolds are unlike him. That's what all Borba do.
Forgot that he voice acted that, my bad.
Trolls and kobolds cannot establish a kingdom while humans kill them.
Death! They're a Borba!
Hargulka pounds his club on the stone floor.
Death!
Okay. Now he just cast haste, as you see here. Tartuk uses ability haste and buffed him up immediately. And again, another reason that you almost want web spells down. And you see, we do have a web spell. We also have skeleton armies to straight up screw these guys over. But he will wail on your teammates. And Tartuk will do stuff like blind targets. He will use his magic to basically paralyze targets, and he's a flaming jackass. I still like to focus on Hargulka and then talk to Tartuk later, but it's on you for how you want to do this. I'm going to take a 5-foot stutter step to the side, kind of spread out a little, because he does, I believe, some AoE moves, and I will throw a web down like yay. Okay. Now that's not going to hold Hargulka. I don't even think it slows him down, but does screw up Tartukio in his casting a decent amount. I'm going to send Doggo over here and try to get him to get in there and mess with Tartuk. Apparently no good joy on that. Juba lost. You might as well 5-foot stutter step your happy butt backwards and acid bomb the hell out of this doofus. So, just to give you an idea of his health, that was 23 damage. Do you see any damage on this dude yet? Now, it may be that he had like a heroism spell or some like temp hit point spell on him, but it ain't the point. Point is the dude's got a crap ton of HP. Ekin, let you go over here, start doing that thing. Critical miss, 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 and miss. Dude's got some armor, but we had some pretty solid swings, man, and to miss a 24, that's kind of pissy. He is raging, so, and reckless stance, so again, he's going to do some serious damage with that big hogging club of his, so be wary. Dora, now this is where we get our saving grace. Summon, right like this. Boom. Why? Because A, they're touching him, they will engage him immediately. He'll kill them quickly, but it actually is also messing with Tartuccio, which is to my benefit. Harem. These are his skeletons, so we're just going to, well, first let's 5-foot stutter step back. Give us some breathing room here. We're going to fire off a bone shaker to start damaging the doofus. finally see a sliver of damage on his health bar. Skeletons will now run in. Probably shouldn't have summoned them earlier, but I do like having them on the map. Yeah, blindness, but blindness on one of the goblins that we could care less about. They just straight up died, so beautiful. Well, let's see who we actually hit just to prove it to ourselves. Casting defensively. Goblin, 42 save throw fails. Oh no, the goblin that's dead is blind. Oh. Proto-Lich, your turn. This guy is no longer surrounded, so we're actually going to delay. Well, actually, I don't want to take that back. Let's actually do her skeleton army here as well. They may die almost as fast, if not as fast, as the last dudes. It's unlikely, but they can do some damage at least. Doggo still can't get in there. Juby, you know
Primitives.
it's your only job. Damage. Ekin, you are the same.
Cannot
sir.
hide from me.
Boom, there's a shot. Oh, yeah. Totally redeemed yourself on that round there, bro. Move over here. I got to spread out a little bit. Skeletons here. So, while that's going on, now I can do stuff like auto-hit moves. Boop, boop, boop. And now we're looking pretty damn good. Now it's mostly because of Ekin and Juby. Like I said, those two guys alone are pretty potent for your team. Solid screw you to Hargulka. Whole person. And that looks like Harem is paralyzed. See that? That's the little swirly gig. Will save. Sad that he missed that because with his wisdom, he has a buff more than anybody. But that's why we have skeletons again. And they're still alive. So again, to our boon. Now we can hit him with some sneak attack. Oh, apparently not. Is he immune to sneak attack? I don't think so. Maybe they hadn't officially engaged him yet. Doggo's still trapped. Juba lost. Why don't you...
Will they
thing you
ever learn?
We kill him off, then everything's gravy from this point, because beating Tartuccio, as long as you got like
Nowhere
3
to
teammates
run.
left, Tartuccio's a cake. That's it. Yeah, again, come over here, bro. We're gonna work around the system here. Now everything's gonna work its way towards Tartuk, and might as well just start wheeling on him now. Boom! Take 33 points of damage, you some bitch. Eat Goblin Horde. Not puppers. Oh, Tartuccio, you a-hole. Alright, so now we can do other stuff too, like AoE moves, or auto-hit moves. He's not immune to fire. Beautiful. After Hargulka's death, the Kobold's spells weaken, as though he's lost his concentration. His attacks stop, and he simply defends himself. Finally, he drops his hands in the middle of casting a spell, letting it dissipate.
Useless. Senseless. You are victorious. I surrender.
He's breathing so heavily that it's hard to make out his coarse hisses. I'm asking you for the last time, who are you? I remember well the gnome Tartuccio, who assumed the appearance of the kobold Tartuk, and I remember clearly how I killed him, how I killed you. Now, again, we're not really a persuasive team. That's the person I left behind. That was my Inquisitor. So, this would be easier for that. But I made it, hey.
This is strange. I remember and I don't remember. My head is a hall of doors, and almost all are closed. Sometimes I remember something, but then emptiness. Listen, I know who I was and how I died. Then something happened. Power. A great power. It brought me back to life, but not the way I was before.
Notice how his voice changed back to the original Tartuccio in that last passage there. So again, he's still him, so you are correct. This really is Tartuccio.
My return was not a gift, but a curse. I became the one I pretended to be. Kobold Tartuk, not gnome Tartuccio. And I started to forget who I was, how I lived. Sometimes I have pictures in my head. I thought they were visions. Until I met you, my executioner.
You got that right, we're gonna kick your ass.
But I must say, I don't know who did this to me. I don't know what will happen. But I was happy. Tartuccio called everyone fools because he knew he was one too. A funny, luckless fellow. But as Tartuk, I was different. I became a leader. I commanded respect. I created Trobold to show everyone what I can do. I can change the world, do something important. But now it is over. You will not spare me.
What about your spy mission for Pitax?
Pitax, strong country, ravenous king. He wants more power. Yes, I remember. I served him. The king said, there's some ancient artifact in the stolen lands. Find it and send to me. And I did. I found it in the Sycamore Hall and sent it to the king. Then fought against you and died.
You weren't too eager to show mercy to us. Why should I show mercy to you? Okay, Tartuk squats tiredly and looks morose. The rugs that serve him for clothes are tattered. Through the holes you can see bleeding scratches on his purple hide. At the moment, Tartuk looks like a severely beaten dog, his masters having banished him from the coziness of home out into the pouring rain.
Kobolds didn't wish war. I didn't wish war. It's all Troll's fault. I sought to suppress their wish to kill humans, but they wouldn't listen.
You can't just blame trolls. You were the one who branded them, convinced them of their false immortality.
I don't accuse anyone. It was me who found this place, rekindled this ancient forge, sensed its magic. I started to brand trolls to shield them from fire. It was my mistake as much as trolls.
Don't forget, you also tried to steal my card, arsehole! Damn it! Even his hiss is contagious.
I just love having Juba on the team.
I wasn't trying to assault. I just asked you to give us some clothes. We shouldn't attack.
But you did, and that's why we're killing you now.
Let's cut his head off and call it a day. Attempting assaults on famous cartographers should be punished severely.
Why did kobolds join forces with trolls in the first place?
You cannot understand. Kobolds are small. Everyone tries to banish them, strike them, slay them. No one respects them. Same things I suffered in the past. I just wanted respect for kobolds.
I feel bad for these guys. I actually kind of do.
Trolls were listening to kobolds. For the first time since the dawn of this world, kobolds were treated with respect.
I always wondered the history of the kobolds, wonder why it is that everyone poo-poos on me. Obviously, they're the small guys, so the small fry gets beat on, but aren't they supposed to be, like, draconic in origin? I mean, I know they're lizard people, so they're definitely dragon-oriented, even if it's just an appearance alone, but they revere dragons as, like, their old grandparents or some shit. It's kind of weird, and dragons hate them. And it's actually kind of funny that in D&D, that every D&D I've ever played, the dragons usually use kobolds as their minions and treat them like complete and utter trash because, again, they're the weak fry. They're the one that gets beat on all the time.
You wouldn't understand.
So this is where, again, you can start to question what you would do if you let him go, and you can actually convince him to be one of your people that you assign to posts at your city, your capital. But that really doesn't go down with your other teammates. So if you want to do an evil run, this is your chance. But still pass on that. Lawful neutral attack. Uniting the trolls led to many of my people's death. It's time to answer for your crimes. And I mean, let's be face it here. They did murder quite a few. That dwarf again that has knees bit off. He died. There's bodies littered all through there. The trolls were attacking people. Stefano Moscani, he was dying if it weren't for us intervening. So again, lots and lots of people were being attacked in our kingdom by these trolls. Now maybe in the future that wouldn't have happened, but it's one of those where you just can't forgive that shit now.
I shall answer, but you won't like my answer. Come closer. I've stored some spells especially for you. Since I am to die, I shall take you with me.
Yeah, right.
Test of my abilities.
Oh, it's time for us to kick his ass. I feel like an auto-hit move would be a good idea. He's full health again? Seriously? Come on, Skeletors. Doggo? Yeah, Doggo gets to do something for once. Like, get hit. I'm sorry, Doggo. What can you do? Well, try to choke him. Juba lost. Here, sunshine. Where is he?
A
Here's your target.
fine use of my talents.
Boom, take damage. Yeah, again.
I aim true.
Noise. Trocho, hit him with a snowball. Because it's funny. Sneak attack. Doggo can't do anything again. Dora. You're limited to cantrips at this point. Jujubee.
Clever ploy.
Nice. And we got a level up. Again, remember I have area of effects, so I can press L with my mod and make all those effects go away. Before we get crazy here, let's of course loot the bodies. But you see that there's an anvil to touch. There is a catch to that, and you want to make sure you have your team buffed up for that. So we're stealing from Juba, and of course the Troll King. Of course, everything else here is from my goblins. And we pilfered all the stuff in the back, and you can prove it to yourself just to make sure. But remember, we took that Vanish potion in like the last episode to run our teammate up through here, around. It never hurts to check again, because if only one person coming through, that's only one person making a perception check. He could have missed something. Okay, now before you click on that, again, like I said, you wanted to buff the team. Obviously, we're going to want to level up Ekin too. So Ekin is a level 7 ranger, doing very nice for himself too. We have perception, nature, yeah, I don't need stealth, mobility, athletics for sure, but yeah, let's get mobility up too, why not? And really, that's about all I care about for him. Use magic device, I guess I could put more in it, but I mean, he has the bare minimum in there just to activate a scroll every now and again. Let's get some stealth up, I guess. Sadly, there's not a really good stealth mechanic in this game. Here is clustered shots. This is a very nice one, literally where you, if you do a full attack, which is what I normally do with him, where you make the stutter step move and then shoot multiple arrows into a target. If they have damage reduction, each arrow strikes first, it tallies up the total, then subtracts the damage reduction instead of being damage reduction per arrow. That means he can really penetrate a lot of damage. That's a good one. It's not like Hammer the Gap. A lot of people confuse the two, I think. Deadly Aim's another one, but this is like power attack for ranged attackers. So it's very similar. We can do additional traits though, of course. I've been trying to get that on everybody, and I don't want to skip them. probably get a equipment one in a minute here. And we'll work on the other one in a moment. Emotional drawback. Oh, let's see what we got here. No physique drawback. Family died. -2 penalty on will saves. Your family is extremely important to you and you feel disheartened because they died. I'm fine with that. And we have 3 to pick from now. First, let's get our equipment trait. Remember, if we do well-provisioned adventure, you don't get anything unless you do this at level 1. Same with family heirloom, you don't get any actual weapon. However, you can get a longbow at level 1. Also, by doing this, you also get a bonus to your swing. So while he's not getting the +1 longbow, he is getting a +1 to his swing. It'll be a trait bonus. That's why I do this. You can see the list here. This is not a comprehensive list, but a solid list to be sure. You got some light weapons, some monk weapons are in here. Sadly, there's no quarterstaff for those of you that are interested in that sort of thing. Again, I've seen other stuff that's missing. Obviously, I don't see short bow. We see short sword. Got some really good weapons in here, but not every weapon under the sun. But most of them that you'd be interested in, I think, are represented here. Well, even some weird ones like Estoc, Falchions are in here, which is pretty wild. But I don't think heavy mace is in here, no. And so again, Harem won't benefit from it. But that's a reason for wanting to go for traits. So right there, basically, it's like basically I just gave him weapon focus for longbows again. Which actually, does he have? Yeah, he does. So this will be another +1 and a +1 combined. From here, social traits, skills. What was he? His mobility's up, but you see he doesn't have a check mark. So the ideal thing to get would be something that buffs his mobility. So you can look for. No, not that one. Is it regional? Athletics trait. Well, I can do Wanderlust. That's another +10 bonus to his land speed. That's pretty zippy. But that's not necessary. Race here. Persuasion, knowledge, or perception. Pick one, basically. Persuasion, knowledge, or perception. He has those already, so no need. Superstitious, historian, knowledge bonus, fanatic, knowledge again. Okay, no there. Faith trait. He is wise-ish. So we have this wisdom in the flesh. So I could do that for, say, his charisma. So for intimidating, I can make him more intimidating. I can give him better athletics, but again, his strength is already pretty high, and is going to continue to be. All the dex ones, he has better dex than he has wisdom anyway, so there's no reason to even look at those. But use magic device now. He has a 10 for charisma, but his wisdom's 15, so it's a +2. Going to be a +3 before too long. That'd be a +3 to his use magic device check. So, devotee of the green. Now this might be interesting. +1 trait bonus to lower nature checks, and lower nature is a skill for you, which of course it should be anyway. But it'd be another +1 to it, so he'd be better at this. And notice on our team here, nobody is that good. Now, of course, our main character that's sitting back at base, she's doing better than that because she is wisdom-based. But again, there's lots of ways to make your actual character pretty badass using this mod. I don't see anything though that I'd want to pick here. So let's actually back out of here. Custom traits, these are cheats, like it says. These are things that are like clearly OP broken. You can check through them, but I'm not going to use them. We have, oh, here we go. +1 trait bonus on all rolls made to confirm critical hits. Armor expert, I can, using any type of armor, I get another +1 to my armor, or sorry, reducing the armor check penalty by 1. So again, for athletics, mobility, and stealth checks, it's less likely to be a problem. I could do more damage, like I'm sneak attacking. Remember, this is the one that's sneak attack, but it's not. Notice we get a +1 trait bonus to damage rolls from sneak attacks. So Blade of the Society is actually not the worst idea. Def Dodger, reflex bonus, Defender of the City, armor bonus, but it has to be medium or heavy. A variety of other stuff in here. There's a mobility one in here somewhere. Is it reckless? Yeah, there it is. Haha. +1 trait bonus to mobility, and mobility is always a class skill for you. That is the one that's going to give us a green check mark here. So this is going to go up 3 more points, or this will go up, 3 more points to be a solid 15. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now, last one. What do we want to get for our last one? Again, this is kind of pie in the sky stuff. Campaign ones have some interesting ones in them. Optimistic Gambler is that one that, again, if you wanted to be able to control the undead, Mastery of the Undead is the first one on the list. You literally just got to click the thing here and scroll to the bottom, and you'll see what it does. Very good with a bow, +2 enhancement, and speed. I'm not sure what that means, but that's actually be a pretty good one for him. Kind of feels like it's cheating. I've used this before, though. Remember, that's how my undead woman that's with us can summon skeletons 3 times a day or 4 times a day, or whatever it is. But there's other stuff in here, like Outlander. Initiative check bonus. That one's not bad. And I don't mind Outlander because it sounds to me like he's from a different place. Forced to flee your homeland. That's true. +2 trait bonus on initiative checks. Again, I'm cool with that. So again, let's do that one. Makes him really good at starting the combat off with messing shit up. So, looks like we opened up a new level of spells too. Baller. Let's do that real quick. He has access to Spike Growth, Protection from Energy, Summon Nature's Ally, so he has his own summons. Sickening Entanglement's kind of interesting. The physical buffs like Bear's Endurance and Cat's Grace. Notice he doesn't have Bull Strength. And he has only one of the mental buffs, Owl's Wisdom, because Wisdom's the only thing they care about, I guess. Barkskin, though, for himself. Hold Animal. Sense Vitals for some sneak attack love. It's not the worst idea ever. Effortless Armor is useful for him. Probably would do Barkskin, though, quite frankly. Aspect of the Bear. What does this one do? +2 enhance natural armor. That's not bad. And a bonus to C and B rolls. You can also perform the Bull Rush maneuver. Okay. Anyway, from there, we had gear. Let's look at that real quick first before we buff up. Because we have a physical might +4 strength +4 con. Now remember, she's doesn't have con. She has dex strength. So we want the +4 strength +4 dex or something similar. I have the 2, 2, and 2. And I'm going to keep it because it's the improving 3 different stats. Harem, he's got con. So why not buff him to a 4 and a 4? And again, I can pass that off to my main character when we get back to base. Juba, he has just the con belt, the explorer's belt. So extra strength for him is not the best idea ever. He has the one that's 2 and 2. That's probably the one we should pass it to then. It gives him extra hit points and will increase his strength so that he can actually do more damage with his composite bow. Yeah, more damage. And then Harem, since he only got the con belt, and it's just a +2, we'll give him the strength con belt. Notice we also have a charisma helmet. And that is something for her. Why is that for her? You say, well, intelligence, shouldn't that be her thing? Yes, it is, because it buffs her spells. Charisma, though, buffs her con. Remember, her hit points are based off of her charisma. So she's getting +3 to every level in hit points. So 3 times 8, that's how many extra hit points she has because of her charisma. If I put this on her, that's another +2 here. She's level 8. That's another 16 hit points. That puts her at 83. Now, yes, her intelligence will go down. She'll lose out on some spells, like a spell, maybe 2. Not the biggest problem in the world, but it definitely toughens her up. Also, this will increase her fortitude. So let's actually do this. Boom. Fortitude. Solid number here, man. Just mean. Although I'm not getting my +5. You seeing that? I have Ember bonus. I have Hearty Meal, I have Cloak of Resistance, and I have 3 from Undead Creature. Now maybe it's just glitching. Just not updating itself. Or maybe bonuses don't count. Bonuses don't count. Helps here though. So at the very least I did that. But that sucks. I was kind of hoping to actually drive that through the roof. Well, good to know. But that was cool. And let's see, where were we? I am an intelligent character, but I already have the headband. Juba is an intelligent character, but he's got the professor's hat. He's got that one, and he's got that one. So we'll just basically give this to someone else back home, maybe Octavia, for instance. Who needs a better ring? She does. There we go. Now we have also a Ring of Luck. +1 luck bonus on all saving throws. I'll take that versus the Blessed Signet ring. You can have the Blessed Signet ring. There we go. And this is, of course, the Crusher, the great club that the guy was using. Oh, notice he also had... Wait, no, was he using that? I thought we had that already. Well, maybe not. Notice he also had a Mallet of Woe. Now, that's either him or Tartukio. But this one is, again, Mace. So it's one of those where, if you can, give it to Harem or your frontline tank like Valerie. This one gives extra damage, as you can see, 2d6 damage +6, so it's a little different. So that's pretty sweet. And then notice that it puts him under the continuous effect of freedom of movement. That's the baller move right there. So he can walk right through web spells, no problem. Very, very useful to have that on a teammate. So, and it looks pretty damn cool with that shield of his. Holy hell, he's looking actually pretty baller. But that Frost Heavy Mace, we definitely want to have him have that stuff. So we'll put that there. We'll find him another mace or shield to go with it. There's probably one waiting for him outside, matter of fact. But that's pretty good. Feel pretty good about that. Now, about this Anvil. We need to do that buff up thing.
You require my assistance?
I don't know who gets the check. I want to say it's going to be Harem, but it could be us. So quick save that mess, because we want to do a specific thing here. There's a perception check I think that we need. An ancient anvil. Can it still work? Harem can't believe his own eyes, so he reaches to the anvil, touches it with care. Fiery sparks flit dangerously close to his beard. It's just beautiful. The dwarf smiles happily. You see, everything is not that bad after all. The anvil is still operational. What do you say now? Harem pets the anvil gently without any fear of its heat. Once I dreamed of working with a furnace like that. I gave oaths to Dorraj that I'd craft thousands, hundreds of suits of armor, that my hammer would be tireless. Oh, that was so long ago. He finally averts his gaze from the fire and turns to you. The very existence of this anvil is a miraculous and unnatural. So much suffering and sorrow surrounds us, and yet here, hope. Harem shakes his beard in negation. My stomach hurts. It should be like that. That is just wrong. Harem turns and around and glares at the anvil with hate in his eyes. His hands clench into fists. Grotus, grant me strength. I'll restore righteousness. The dwarf deals a strong blow with his fist to the anvil base. Damn, Harem. The light grows dim for a moment. A dull rumble seems to start at the base of the anvil, that sound growing steadily louder and finally filling the whole room with a deafening roar. You can swear you hear the mad laughter of Grotus in this roaring, or maybe it is Harem's own laughter. The anvil trembles and suddenly falls apart as if trying to catch up in time with the rest of the fortress in its state of ruin. I don't want to upset you, my friend, but you're such an idiot. Lore religion check. You need to pass this one, so this is important. Why did you destroy the anvil? Does Grotus encourage destruction now? I've always believed that Grotus does not destroy. He just waits until the end comes for everything in this world. For all the... How can you constantly doubt the overwhelming might of Grotus? His face grows red with anger. His eyes bulge and seem to almost fall from their sockets. How can you denounce him every time you get a chance? You're a blasphemer. Filled with rage, he raises his hand to hit you. Oh, don't you fucking dare. But at the last moment, he turns away and hits the base of the broken anvil instead. This is the thing you need to have happen. Big XP boost and this punch. Boom. He punches it into gems. Superman style. After several moments, Harem comes to his senses. Forgive me, Dora. Sometimes I still forget how difficult it is to follow the path of Grotus. I must not get angry at unbelievers. I must persuade them to make their own choice of following the one true God. Harem's second blow shatters the remnants of the anvil. Among the shards, something catches your attention. An odd red stone, definitely of magical origins. It radiates heat and glitters with every shade of flame. The priest picks up the glimmering jewel from the floor and looks at it suspiciously. He nearly throws the gem against the wall, but something makes him hesitate. The red reflections dance on his face. What is it? I don't know, but I feel Torag's touch upon it. Maybe those who created the anvil put it inside, or... no, nonsense. This cannot be. Jewels don't appear from out of nowhere. But then metal isn't usually broken with bare hands, right? I don't know, Dora. I don't know. Give me the jewel. Harem hands you the jewel. There, do as you wish with it. You can sell it, throw it away, keep it as a memento. If it's Torag's parting gift, I have no need of it. We got the Heart of the Anvil. Now, there are 3 pieces of gems in the game. This is the first one. So if you want to complete the quest that is part of Harem's arc properly, you need this to happen, and you need to keep it. You keep all 3. Don't sell them, because I think you can, but they're definitely worth money. You get a big chunk of XP. Harem wipes the tears from his eyes. I shouldn't have come here. What did I expect to find besides decay, dust, and ash? Forgive me, Dora. Thank you for honoring my request and bringing me here, but now I wish to be alone. End dialogue. Alright, bro. That's solid. Alright. Anyway, just to show you that gem. It is worth money, like I said, but don't sell it. Stock that away with the other 2 when you do his quest. Basically bring them out with you. And what will happen is you will... eventually give them to a dwarf that will craft or thank you for that, and he either uses it to craft you something, or because you gave it to him, he crafts you something, and it's actually pretty awesome gear. So highly recommend that you explore the whole map, Dora. Dork. Forgot that we never went down this way. We still got bad guys. What the hell, team? Juba lost. You know what to do. Come up here and shoot this troll hound in the face with the big ass bomb.
Primitives.
Or not. Shoot with that.
Will they ever learn?
Good job. Oh, pretty. You bastard. Okay, I'm tired of these guys already. Skeleton army.
Cannot hide from me.
Dora, finally from the front ranks, trying to do some damage.
Go on.
There we go. Doggo. Oh, Doggo got bigger, I think. Look at Doggo. He's huge. Go, Doggo. That was the upgrade from him going up to level. Solid. Here. You too. It's kind of a weird thing about this game for weapons. Some of the better ones are the heavy maces, but they make terrible weapons for magi. So, you know, the crit range is like a nat 20. So it's just one of those things that you're just going to have to either suck up the fact that you're not going to be a crit fisher, or you're just going to have to pick a different type of weapon.
Yes.
Again. You finish off this troll hound for me. Thank you, again. You the bestest. Alright. What we got here? Stuff. I saw we had stuff back there too. Yeah.
I'm off.
Keep going. Anything over here on the wall? Hidden treasure or anything? Doesn't look like it. Alright. We need to actually now come back up here. We want to go down the middle path. Remember, this is the part we did get. Again, we could have teleported to this area if you had like dimensional door by this point. And I have on a specific character. You had to have a strong solo character, because to get a magus to the level where you can get dimension door, you have to be level 10, because it's a level 4 spell. That's when you get your level 4 spells, is at level 10. So if you really, really wanted it, you could have done so. There's probably scrolls maybe for sale though somewhere. You could have found scrolls maybe too, but you need 2 of them really. You want to. We're gonna come back out this way anyway, so I'm just gonna leave this stuff for now. You could have gotten maybe 2 scrolls that allows you to teleport down and teleport back out, but it is an area to fight as well. So it's worth waiting, in my opinion. But it's one of those where, like, I try to find ways to break the game, you know, do stuff that the developers didn't expect you to do. Not that I'm ruining it. It's just I want to see if I can do it. Like, hey, that looks interesting. I wonder if I could mess this up by making this happen. And 9 times out of 10 you can't, but that one time you're like, hey, that's a pretty neat trick. For instance,
We'll do it the hard way.
Dora. In case you didn't before. Here's your
This
chance.
spell works differently.
Oh, we're doing the 5-foot stuff. He's just out of range. That's some crap. All right, Juba, you can shoot him. Another one. Proto, your turn. I'm going to use a 5-foot stutter step. So I'm very close enough to do this. It didn't bounce because there's no one to bounce it to. Of course, there they are. Harem has skeletons, though. So we'll use his now, and we'll use hers on the other fight. Choppity, choppity. Back in. Shoot this troll. Thank you. Okay. Doggo. Right, now Dora. Do this spell. Yeah, solid. GB. Nice. Proto. Now's your chance to get your groove
Out
on.
of my way!
Big attack, fool. Harem. There's more up here, so I wonder if I can actually engage them to the fight. So that when these guys die, the skeletons run towards them. Can stutter step so you
I
can
grant
shoot
your
multiples.
death.
1 down. 2 down. Fight's not over because, again, we got these guys' attention over here. Alright, come back over here. Try our best to contain this mess we just made for ourselves. Boom. Juba lost all the way up here, sunshine. Oh, actually, no. You can actually shoot. Hey, nice. Proto. Don't have anything we can do. Oh, we have poison protection on our team. No, we don't. We not cast that? Oh, what the hey, man. Oh, we did not cast that. Oh, my bad. Never mind. This is, like I said, the last fight in this area, so we might as well just say screw it. You know, bust out some more skeletons to have some fun. I never seem to like the Conjurers as much as I should because I play them all the time. The summoning of extra minions to help you fight, pit spells, acid spells, conjuration spells are actually pretty baller. So I don't know why I never do that.
Purpose is different.
But I definitely like playing them, so. One of those dudes. Back in. He's going to need to actually hoof it. But he will be able to
Cannot
get the
hide
shot
from
in.
me.
Doggo. Thanks, Doggo. Dora. Oop. Your turn to charge, sir. Get him. Yeah. Juba lost. Boom. Proto. Up to here.
Run them
Can't grab his
through!
ass. Sneak attack. And watch your skeletons just tear them apart. so nice having skeletons. That's actually one of the few spells on a non-conjuring and non-necromancy build that I would try to purchase. Much like Sense Vitals is useful to me. I really enjoy having Animate Dead. I honestly wish, and it really kind of bugs me, because I think it is a level 6 spell. I really kind of wish they'd let us create Undead, because that's an amazing spell. But sadly, they don't seem to do that. There is Create Undead in the game, by the way, but just not for Magus. So, kind of a drag. Dora, we got stuff on the ground over here. I think they're dead. I think we just need to cantrip their ass, but I think we can just bomb them. There we go. Okay, see there's something in the box, in the fire here.
You can thank me now.
Follow if you dare.
Doing a quick save because we haven't done that in a while. Again, you can't come through here. This was the path that you could teleport across this way. Loot, of course, the bodies. Skin them at least.
I'm there.
Lockbox here.
Child's play.
Dwarven Urgosh. Never seem to use those. Skin,
I do what I must.
Over here we have... Taking it. Not bad, not bad. What does this say? The trolls vented their anger against dwarves on their creations. Okay. Just tearing up the dwarven base, you dummies. Well, alright. And again, you can teleport from here down or from here down. And again, this door isn't locked, I don't think, so you can actually get out, I think, without teleporting back. But I don't know that for a fact. I would scum save it, prove to yourself that you can head back out that door. Because if you can unlock it from this side, because you don't need a key, then you have access to it at any time. It's kind of nice. We are going to go here, and we are going to exit out. Take all the treasure with us. That's not super heavy. That's definitely pricey. You want to take everything worth money back home. If you, like I said, if you really feel the powerful urge to like start your own business as a weaponsmith slash seller of crappy leather goods that have been sweated in by kobolds and trolls, you know, you can totally just keep marching back here, you know, with your strongest team members, I suggest, in a full party of 6, and just give them enough rations to get back and forth, maybe like two days worth of rations. They'll come down, probably camp once, load up with all their garbage, come on back, camp again on the way back because they'll get tired, and sell it to like the witch, because remember she'll buy anything and that's pretty close by. So you can do that reasonably easy. I don't say that I do it all the time, but I do it a lot more than I probably should. Oh, here we go. Kobold Sentinel. Small crowd of kobolds surround you. They look frail and thin, their skin covered with sores and claw marks. Even the tattered skins they wear are falling apart. Kobolds make no sound. They simply stand and look at you, following you with their unblinking eyes as though waiting for something. The kobolds step away when you try to leave, making no move to block your way, but their silent attention is somewhat uncomfortable. What are you doing here? What do you want? Kobolds stay silent, quivering somewhat. They keep their eyes on you as you pass by. Do any of you speak common? Kobolds remain silent, but some of them stir as if understanding, but also in fear, as if afraid to... Well, I just killed their king. So we can do a lawful neutral intimidate check. I killed Tartuk because he wouldn't live by my laws. If you want to live, stop attacking humans, or you'll meet the same fate he did. We can do... I have no interest in you, just straight up leave. Be evil and still do an intimidation check. Be chaotic evil and attack them. They probably will die almost instantly. But they don't have anything, I don't think, on them worth a damn, really. So we're going to do lawful neutral. Success. The kobolds keep looking at you silently just when you think they may not answer, and one speaks. Kobold hears, understands. He then falls silent. A crowd of kobolds parts before you and closes silently behind you as you pass. After several steps, you turn around and see that the kobolds are drifting apart, going separate ways. 900 XP. Totally worth that. And again, we'll pick up some treasure as we walk out the door here and decide what we're keeping and what we're leaving behind. Now, we're not very overweight at all, so we can probably go to medium weight and get to the witch without any real trouble. We also even have another camp or two, yeah, waiting for us. We got another camp that we can still do without having to worry about hunting. So if we get like tired from going to the witch's place, we can totally rest and still be fine.
Follow if you
Let's see
dare.
how much this gets us. Come on, doggo. Oh my god. Okay, so this is why we do this, so that we can literally go through and just say, nope. Oops, I want those. Remember, these are not worth 1 gold per pound. That's usually my starting limit. Prove to yourself that you're not dumping something that you wanted to keep. Like that, for instance. Okay. Right there, we are actually underweight. We're at light, and I managed to keep all the stuff that's reasonably good price. This is actually a good price, 3 gold for 2 pounds. We're actually 1.5 times what I said that I wanted. But these guys are like 8 gold for 2 pounds. So, and I only wanted to keep one of these in case I want to summon those guys again. So the stuff that we left behind, if we were to tally up how much of this you've got behind, you know, this is worth $1, these are worth $2, these are worth $1, well, $2, excuse me. And these are worth 3. After everything's said and done, we probably left a couple $100 here, at least. So it might be something you'd be interested in coming back for. I can't say as I care. We got more than enough loot. But again, if you are that, you know, Scrooge McDuck penny pincher, again, I've done it in chapter 1 in the past just because I'm like hard up for money. Right now we're actually doing pretty good. And I think that this map location stays open, so you can always come back to it.
With the
But I don't know that
troll
for a
ended,
fact.
all our woes were in the past, and there was nothing left endangering our young barony. As if the true hardships were yet to come.
Yay. Alright, so we are good. Notice, by the way, the little icon on him, that's the Freedom of Movement. He has permanent effect from toting around that mace of his. We want to go to the witch's hut, but it looks like there's a path this way, so let's actually try to open the map a little bit while we do this mess. Never hurts. And it looks like we have something in our kingdoms going on, so we're going to go here, drop off, then head back to our kingdom to check in. We have plenty of time between curses. Curse number 2 won't show up for like another 100 days or so. We could probably even kick around here a little bit, but I do want to return back to base, reappoint advisors to various things, and see what that little red flag thing was. Let's come to here. We've done pretty good for ourselves though today for XP, and we should probably take a quick gander to see how close we are. Oh my lord, we are almost ready to ding level 9, and that's really when the fun happens for my character here, because not only do we get critical perfection, where I literally use my Magus levels in place of my base attack bonus. So literally, if you have a feat that's like, oh, you have to have a BAB of 20 or 16. Remember, on a true Magus build, you'll never get higher than 15. So how do you do that? Well, that little feat there means that I am suddenly level 9 for BAB as far as the game is concerned. Not officially. It's just for purposes of meeting the requirements for the feat. Also, I get to add my intelligence modifier on crit hit confirmation rolls. What does that mean? It's my modifier +6 here. When you roll a crit, let's say I roll a nat 20, because that's always a chance for a crit. You roll a nat 20, you hit the target. Do you crit? Not necessarily. You do 2 rolls. First you roll to see if you crit, it worked. Then you confirm the crit. That's what this is, the next roll. The next roll, again, is the same type of roll, and with any bonuses that or penalties that you may have, like this bonus here, it'll say, could you have hit the target again? Not crit, just hit the target. So basically, if you crit him once and then hit him again with the very next roll, even though it's only 1 attack, that confirms the crit, which means you really do crit. So this is a boon to making sure that, again, for crit fishers, this is an amazing boon for us. Allows us to, that's why Sword Saints really are OP when it comes to using their weapon compared to the other magi, because they really need help. They don't have much in the way of spells. They don't have that spell recall ability that all the two of the other magi have, and they don't have the spontaneous casting of the Elder Scion or any of the cool bloodline feats. Oh, trade. Have my junk. So we're going to check to make sure we're not giving her something that we wanted to keep. Looks like they're making us keep the Heart of the Anvil, so that's good news. I'm going to keep the Demolisher because it is an adamantine construct bane heavy pick. Sometimes that comes in handy when you fight a construct to be able to do 2d6 of damage to it. I don't want the Crusher though. That's complete utter piss. I think everyone's got a ring. No one's going to use that Dwarven Urgosh. And we picked up a star knife, by the way. That's what that is. That is not a ninja star. That is a star knife. Notice the crit range on it. It's like a dagger. Notice the crit range on it is a nat 20 only, but it's times 3 crit modifier. It basically is nothing more than, like it looks like the handle's in the center, and then there's 4 points sticking around it. So no matter how you swing it, you're basically going to hit somebody. It's kind of the idea, I think. I never seem to use them, and there's only a couple in the game that are named star knives. 1 or 2 that are actually pretty good, but nothing to write home about. Seeing if there's anything else I want to sell. I'm going to keep those because I can give those to, like, Tristan. Is there anything we want to buy from her? Frost Quarterstaff, and we got money. This might be a good chance to do that. She'll always be here, though. Potions. Remember, we have Juba, so when we use potions, he's a potion guy. Let's see. I'm going to take these 2 blur potions, and I'll take these 3 cure moderates. And hell, I'll even take the inflint and the resist acid. They're cheap enough. That way we have those in our kitty. Hell, I'll even take 1 of the displacements. So that's pretty cool. Okay, bouncing out of here. This way. Again, there's stuff still to do here, but we're not going to do it. We want to get back to base and turn in our quests. Oh, let's see. Oh, we're still looking for that boy, and that's Candlemere. So we'll go back to base, see if there's anything that needs to be done building-wise and appointing people. Oh, we needed on the way. We need to drop off that whip to the wizard. Remember, he gave us the task of, hey, can you possibly bring me back my blah, blah, blah. I guess eventually I'm going to have to do this damn Verdant Chambers by myself. Better get on that before too long.
Time to get some rest, isn't it?
I know, bro, but we're almost home. And I don't think there's a fight waiting for us here. This is just a meet and greet. Yeah. So we should be able to just walk to him and hand it in. And again, there may be a check to get him to join your team, which is definitely something you want. So we'll buff up with our little guidance ability to make sure that everybody's talking all flowery and pretty and stuff, so that when we do talk to them, that if there's a check, we have a chance to scum save it and make that.
Adventures can wait.
So just find your wizard. So,
Well,
hear him.
was lost in thought.
Quick save that mess. Here you go, buddy. Bartholomew has managed to clean up the mess after the troll attack in his laboratory. The wizard is packing his items, books, vials, manacles, and needles, carefully wrapping his things in cloth before placing them in crates. He turns as he notices you approach. Oh, your grace, how good. Oh, how good to see you alive and well. Let me congratulate you on yet another brilliant victory. Would you perhaps permit me one small request? I sense that you recovered something of mine. Bartholomew's voice trembles with excitement. The dude is definitely a weirdo. Lawful neutral. Return the whip. Here it is. Take it. Again, you can lie, or you can just not have it with you. I've never done the chaotic evil, so I have no idea what that does. But return the whip. He gives us money for it and some XP. Lost item, the black whip. Okay. The wizard snatches the whip from your hands and stops just short of kissing it. Ew. It's unharmed. Excellent, excellent. He carefully coils his treasure, wraps it in a clean cloth, and bundles the package with a crisscross cord. You have my eternal gratitude. Bartholomew places a bag of coins in your hands. You can't imagine what that thing means to me. I really don't want to know. Packing, are you leaving us soon? Yes, Your Grace. It's become too dangerous to stay here. Even with your protection, I'll have to find someplace safe and quiet. Could I persuade you to stay? I could use someone familiar with magic. Bartholomew's brow wrinkles and he whispers some calculations under his breath and smiles. I may regret this later, but come what may, I'll stay. You've shown yourself a strong and generous ruler, as well as open-minded. I suppose we may yet be useful to one another. I have an offer for you. Stay as one of my advisors. There are so few people who see things in such a critical and rational way. Bartholomew stops packing and looks at you incredulously. Then he looks at the stack of books in his hands and keeps silent for a long time, figuring something out in his mind. Finally, Bartholomew sighs and puts his books aside. I cannot refuse such an offer. Of course, Your Grace. I shall enter your service. After all, it's such a rare opportunity. He looks around at his pack bags and smirks. Seems all this packing was unnecessary. I'll not take the laboratory with me. I prefer a lighter journey to the capital. As soon as I pack the essentials and lock up the house, I'll head straight for the city. See you there. Well, all right. We got another advisor. That's actually a really nice boon for us. I don't know that it unlocks another post. So know that. Which basically means that we don't have anywhere to put him. And we can swap him out for someone that's already currently in a job. Like I think he can be the economist like Juba lost. And then he has a different feel for it because he's basically chaotic neutral or chaotic evil or something like that. He's basically a tool. But you can use him for a couple of good job postings. I want to say he can also fill the job of the magistrate, the one that does the magic, pretty well. And there's another one in there. I just can't think of the name of it. But there's like 3 different roles that he can fit, I believe. One is the economist, one is the magistrate, and then the other one.
Adventures can wait.
Travel. Quick save that mess. We'll not do that again. Come to me, my kingdom. Oh, how I've missed you, my sweet bed. Throne room. I don't think we have anyone to talk to out in the main area yet. And we can't talk to the lady at the tavern, the mom, because we haven't found her kid yet. The video's been on about an hour plus, so I'll probably cut it off here. If there's a cutscene, we'll do this and then stop the video and start back up again. A problem demands your personal attention, Your Grace. Your acquaintance Oleg has been refusing to pay his taxes for months now. You bastard, Oleg! Even though his trading post is located in your lands. The fool didn't realize he should have come to you immediately, but even so, please lend him your ear. What's the matter, Oleg? Oleg grimaces, making a clear effort to not spit on the floor. Since the moment you founded this barony, Your Grace, I became your subject, he grits his teeth. But I'm still also a subject of the Aldori and Restov. So, the Lady Jamandi? What? When you brought down the Stag Lord, I thought my troubles were over, but no, Oleg shakes his head. My whole life I've paid taxes to Restov. Now on top of that, your tax collectors darken my doorstep. Oleg, which would you rather swear allegiance to, Restov or myself? Oleg looks like he's surprised to be asked. He thinks for a moment and you realize he's making an extraordinary effort to be polite. Forgive me, Your Grace, but regardless of what banner they fly, all tax collectors are a little more than bandits to me. Any advisors, any thoughts? Your Grace, the Aldori Sword Lords are true allies. And this is Jamandi's kid, remember? And the backbone of the barony. I would hope you still value Lady Jamandi's support and won't let such short-term interests undermine our alliance. Oleg is more important than a few months' worth of taxes. Collecting now would ruin a kind and honest, if somewhat clueless man. Please keep this in mind, Your Grace. So, here's what we're going to do. We won't collect any taxes from Oleg this month. Let him go. I'll discuss the matter of Oleg's fealty with the Sword Lords and Restov so we can determine whether he should be bound to them or to me. Oleg smiles faintly. Well, I thank you, Your Grace. He bows awkwardly and rises embarrassed. That's most just of you. Yeah, neutral good action. Castle bows his head. A wise decision. Should you wish, I will write Lady Jamandi myself and explain the matter to her. Perhaps she'll agree to a sensible sharing of taxes between the barony and Restov. I'm certain we can reach an agreement with Jamandi and acquire the trading post in short order without any direct conflict with the Sword Lords. Got a little XP for that too. Here you go, buddy. Love you. Alright. Anything else? No. Now remember, we've been gone for a while. Let's check to make sure that Oleg or Bakken didn't drop off anything. Doesn't appear to be. Do we have any more cool stuff? Yes, we do. We have the soot blackened tongs. Okay, so now here we go. We have the soot blackened hammer, the soot blackened gloves, we have the soot blackened brand, and the soot blackened apron. All 5 of those things are necessary to get a little story out of the storyteller. So let us do that. First, let me drop off any food that we may have acquired. Anything? No. What's this? Old wedding. Oh, that's for the witches area. I don't see anything. Nope. Looks good. Close up. We're going to stop the video here, and I'll be right back.